Hello. Welcome to Everyday Experts. I am your host, Sir Joker. Today I'm the king. Today I'm going to be King Joker in honor of our very distinguished guest, Prahmiss. Prahmiss is a young lady that I've known for almost 20 years. We met in a community residence working with young ladies, and I saw the profound impact she had on them. They would go to her and they leaned on her, and it was inspiring, and it was awesome to see young ladies having a role model who wasn't quite a lot older than them, but was older than them enough to give them, guidance and show them, the way to do things and handle themselves. And it was good. It was great. It was great to watch. And, one of the things that I've learned in the helping field is that when you can watch others be people's light and their leg to lean on and a way for them to stand, it's inspiring. And it's what keeps you burning. It's what keeps your cup full, as Glenn says, because everybody doesn't do that. And, me and Prahmiss will go into that in a little bit, talking about all the people that say they're about it, but they're not about the life that they espouse. Prahmiss is many things. Very, very gifted rapper. When I tell you gifted rapper, there are very few rappers in general I've heard that are just as nice and able to flow like she is. She's apparently a reggae singer now, /singer, which I always knew she sang a little bit, but she never put it in the forefront. But her new album is going to be a lot of singing and, melodies and tones, which is something she's really been into. She's also a good writer, great writer, phenomenal writer. I almost have to hang up my pen sometimes when I see her write because, some people are just naturally gifted at stuff. Prahmiss is a great friend. I've known her a long time, like I said, almost 20 years. And we didn't even have to do a pre-interview because I already know all the answers to most of the questions. But I want everybody else to be able to see, what she brings to the table. So, one of the premier people I know, I'm going to bring her out like I brought her out in my poetry shows. I wrote a poem for her called Get Hype. And I started with sometimes you got to grab people by the throat to make them really spit. And sometimes you have to nod your head to make them really feel your spits. Maybe you need someone to come in the booth with a machete in order for you to get mentally ready. Maybe the poems have to be dipped in cyanide for you to feel like murdering a track, because some of us lose our motivation. And I always introduce her with that poem. I'm not going to do the whole poem right now, but one of the most queens I know, HBIC, my friend, my peer, Prahmiss.
Hey, that was so beautiful. Thank you.
I just try to be like you when I grow up.
Man, that was so beautiful. Thank
it's
you
all
so
true.
much. You got me smiling, cheesing backstage, man. I appreciate that.
I saw it.
You brought me back.
I saw it firsthand. I've seen the impact you had. You know how it was. When we was working at Madonna, a lot of them girls didn't have anybody that cared.
I know. I'm actually trying to get back to that. Not necessarily working, but trying to be a mentor.
No, you are a mentor.
I know, but I feel like I need to be hands-on. I need to touch him. I need to see him.
Okay. Okay, well, perfect. So we're going to start it off.
All right.
With my first question in 1 second. I found a quote from a young lady. Don't talk about it, be about it. Is what you used to always say. I've been saying that to you for about 19 years. It was the first time I heard it because a lot of people, like I said, and you've been there and you've seen it, they talk a great game.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to be there when it really matters. So how did you come up with Don't Talk About It, Be About It?
Probably from me falling so many times and not really having anyone to fall onto, I guess, going through so many struggles and trials and tribulations. And, you know, you look to people for help and they're never there. Everybody talks about it, but nobody wants to be about it.
No.
So, you know, I realized the only way to really, you know, wear that crown and really be something, put your best foot forward, you gotta be about it. It took me a very long time to really like follow my own quote. You've been telling me my quote and like it's motivating me.
And I will say that it's not always easy to create inspiration. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's hard when people are looking for you to inspire them.
Oh yeah,
with
definitely.
everything you say.
Definitely. Well, sometimes when you're in the dirt, Joker, when you know what I'm saying, when you are in the dirt and you have been through so much, I think the beautiful thing about people like that who have been in darkness for so long, everything that they say most of the time is inspiring because they probably can relate to a lot of the things that you've been through or this person has been through. So I think that's where the inspiration comes from. It's not like I'm trying hard and I'm looking in my book like, oh, let me try to figure out what to write to inspire. All I'm doing is pulling from my backpack. You know, that's basically all I'm doing.
Your deep, ever-reaching backpack. So,
oh my gosh.
First question I always ask everybody. If you could be a vampire, a werewolf or wolf, a zombie, a ghost, or a serial killer, which would you be and why? That's the first question, everybody.
I love it. A serial killer. Oh man, that's a good one. A vampire. See, the words that stuck out to me the most is the vampire and the ghost.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you've been on Team Wolf. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm a beast, but I'm a beast. I'm not a beast all the time. That beast sometimes has to be brought out. You know what I'm saying? That's the other side of me. The vampire, that's kind of like that same thing. It's like it's all of them in me. But you know what? If I could choose, I think I want to say I'm just leaning towards ghosts.
Interesting.
Sometimes, you know why? Because when you go through so much in life, sometimes you don't want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't want to be seen. And from what people say that they've experienced with ghosts, sometimes they could be led to something positive or led to somewhere, you know, to safety or whatever, you know, like my mom passed, she came to me, you know, right. That kind of, you understand what I'm trying to get at. So I think I would probably need all the stuff that I've been through in life. I probably would want to be a ghost just to, yeah.
Ooh, that's deep. You can't start off that deep. No, you can't. That's you. How you move.
Yeah.
That's how you move. Since you touched on your mom, I know that she's had a great impact on you and shaped you. What did your mom mean to you, and what does she continue to mean to you?
The dopest thing about my mom's is the fact that I want to say she was my number one fan. She went to church a lot, and you know, I used to have curses in my raps. She didn't care. She would pull me, Cece, I want you to sing that song, you know, and she wanted me to spit in front of her church friends. No matter what, I've been through, you know, I used to run track. My grades were okay, you know, planning to go on college, trying to get a track scholarship. Through it all, regardless, she was always my number one fan, and she wanted to see me rise. She wanted to see me become what I wanted to become. So that meant a lot to me in itself. During Christmas time, I remember it was one Christmas where she was on strike. She used to work for the phone company. She was on strike, and she wasn't getting paid. She didn't have any, you know, money for Christmas. And it was three of us, me and my two brothers. And she's like, you know, she sat us down like, guys, because we usually have a beautiful Christmas. She's like, guys, this time I'm not going to be able to get you guys anything. And I'll never forget. My two brothers didn't get anything, unfortunately, but she got me karaoke. She
Mm-hmm.
got me these tapes, everything, music. It's like she
Mm-hmm.
always kept that going. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, always. And a lot of people don't understand when you don't have those things growing up, when you're not, people aren't touching on your talent.
Yep.
It's very difficult to embrace, embrace that, to own your throne, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she believed in me, the fact that she, told me how beautiful I was, and not, just on the outside, like, Cece, pick your head up. I don't like, what I'm seeing. She was just always, about me, trying to love myself,
Mm.
basically. And
That's
as
been
you know,
a
we were
struggle.
adopted, so yeah, we still had a lot of issues. People don't know that, I have two moms, and she just passed last summer. Um, and it was kind of the same thing. It's kind of I feel like I'm so blessed, Joker,
Mm.
so blessed to have two beautiful women that
Mm-hmm.
were in my life that really believed in me.
Mm.
You know.
How did so that strength and that belief? How did you lean on that on times when you didn't feel like you believed in yourself?
Um. Mm, that's deep. You know what the crazy thing is, and the first thing I thought about was in my most difficult moment, I would always go to writing. In
Mm.
my mind, I'd be sitting there crying, tears just falling, and for whatever reason in my mind, I'm just forming some kind of poetry, some kind of
Mm.
uplifting, verse or a couple of lines just to inspire myself.
Mm.
At my mom's funeral, um, she passed away in the house, hospice or whatever. For whatever weird reason, I was like, I really wasn't crying.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. It was like I don't know. It was like she was right there with me, At her funeral, I wrote a piece for her, and I was the strength out of my two brothers. They were leaning on me. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like my own words were just inspiring to myself, uplifting myself. So I think, and this is where I want to touch back to making sure that, I touch the young people and they understand that it's very important to embrace your gifts and your talents,
Mm.
because sometimes that's all you have to fall back on. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
God gave you, whatever's inside, that's sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that's all you got to fall back on, you to inspire you. Somebody got to inspire you
Yeah.
and ignite that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You you have had helping other people ingrained in you because it's something you've
Mm-hmm.
always, for as long as I've known you, always talked about the importance of helping other people, touching
Yep.
people, you know. And we'll get into it a little later with the abduction and the management and
Gotcha.
all that. How how has that manifested itself? Was it looking at your mom? Was it just a product of your environment?
Mm, definitely my mother, because she was always helping somebody. And definitely I would say that, it was a part of me and my brothers. We were always the type where when it was snowing outside, we would go next door and shovel our neighbor's snow, they're like senior citizens. We go across the street, shovel their snow. So it was something that we always loved to do, helping people.
Mm.
There are many things that I can say, that I've done for someone, but it's not about that. But those things, I don't know. I guess I can say, like my mother,
Mm.
you know, um, I just had a couple of thoughts and it just knocked me off track. Some deep thoughts I really want to
Let them
touch
out. Let's
on.
talk on it.
I, um, when you struggle so much,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? When you struggle and when you don't have Achilles,
Mm-hmm.
you know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how important it is to be able to, look out for somebody else, because you know how it feels when nobody's looking out for you, or you know how it feels when somebody is looking out for you, and that's the most beautiful thing. I never want to see anybody struggle. If I can help it, I do what I can. I'm not perfect, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't, I just can't, I can't see people struggle.
Um, I always quote one of your rhymes, and you know that
Jackie Chan.
The Jackie Chan one.
Okay.
I don't pop. I don't even know how, but I will Jackie Chan your ass and pop you in the mouth. But I think it's in the same song. But I know it's on the same mixtape. Where you, I think it's at the end where you said something, ready for war, blah, blah, blah. You was going in. And
oh, you remember that? That was like 15, 17 years ago, man.
So,
wow.
when you said that, what you were just saying, how you said, blah, 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 ready for war. Like, you always ready to go to battle. Do you remember the verse?
Always.
Part of it?
I think I'm nasty worse. It was a battle rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think about it. Yeah, it was
battle rap. That was the name of the song.
Wasn't it?
Wasn't that the battle rap song?
You remember more than the hell I do.
So let me. So I'm gonna do a sidebar right now because there are very few people who can put together words lyrically like you can, make sense, can flow, but also can get deep. Mm-hmm. You know, some people do one or do the other. You know, like Jay always says, like Jay-Z always says, I don't rhyme about common sense because of my sense having common. You know what I mean? He wants to make money. He's never not said that. He's never not said that he's about being a business, being a businessman. You know, and then he hooks with Beyonce, and it's like they're this conglomerate. How did you kind of go the other direction?
You mean as far as where I am now?
Yeah, as far as music, because I'm sure you could have put out poppy songs and you know.
Okay, got what you're saying.
It could have been either way.
It lives in me, Achilles. I tried to go the other direction, you know, because you're around people and they're like, yo, you gotta do that hot shit, you know, you gotta do what everybody wants to hear, blah blah blah. You know, I went through that phase. I've been through the ill thing about it, you know, a little older or whatever. You
wiser.
I've been through every single phase. So it's like I've been developing myself all this time. I've been through every phase. And now where I am now, when I look in the mirror, all I want to do is produce music that reflects me. So if it is a pop joint, a pop song, let it be. As long as I'm keeping it real with myself and it reflects me, then it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, remember the struggles, me just trying to perfect my craft, being around other battle rappers, being around, that's what it was all about, you know, lyrics and hardship and talking about, you know, like you read my bio. All right, man. But back in the day, all it was about was just sharpening your tools and just being ready for war. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me as nice as I was, as nice as I am. Then I realized, I'm like, wait, there's something in you that you're not embracing, and you're selling yourself short. Yes. I know you said it, Achilles. I believe in yourself.
I've been saying.
I know. You know what? But you know how it is, though, right?
I know.
You can't show somebody the light. The light could be right there in front of their face, and they're wearing sunglasses. You know. And it took me to have to go through some stuff to actually take my glasses off and then just embrace the shine. And I said, listen, my quote. I wrote a quote. I don't quite remember everything, but it's basically listen to the music your heart sings, play it loud, put it on repeat, and let your soul dance freely to it forever. You know, so it's whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to my heart, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it sounds like. I'm gonna do it.
Bars. Always barring people. It's interesting that you said that your brothers leaned on you in hard times, because that's also been another constant in your life, people leaning on you. If I can find the poem, if you grant me a minute, I believe there was a poem dedicated in one of Achilles' books to you because hold on.
Okay.
It was basically nope, that was the one that was a collab. How do you like collabing? I'm gonna ask a random question because we collab every now and then. And I'm not, listen, people, I'm not a rapper. at all. I could do lyrics, but I'm not a
Mhm.
rapper. So I remember when we first started collabing, you were just like, "Oh, that's different."
It is because I'm used to being by myself in the closet somewhere in the dark, writing my own stuff. I do enjoy collabing. You actually on the poetry side, I used to collab obviously with other artists, but when it comes to poems and everything like that, I've never done that before. But I think that's a beautiful thing. I want to start doing that more often, actually, because it broadens my horizons and allows me to see from different perspectives and you know um, listen to emotions from a different perception. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is a
Yeah.
very nice thing. She's your you. That was the
Oh, whoo!
she's your you.
That
So
was the. Mm.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that touched me, man. When you wrote that,
It's
that was
true.
the illest thing that you wrote. That was dedicated to me, man.
No, it wasn't. I know
What?
that's what you think.
It touched me. I promise you.
So I'm gonna give people a little bit of the
Please
she's
do.
your you.
Okay.
Heir to the throne,
Nice.
available at elpoetocorazon.com. I'm just saying. She sees in you what you never want to. The same things you never want to see in yourself. The things you see in everyone else all the time. She's your you. The dopest lyrics whose bars move you, whose stories shake people to the core. The lady who doesn't fight. She doesn't even know how. Yeah, I'm going to say it. But she will Jackie Chan your ass with metaphors and wordplay. Insight riots when she shows them the wrath of her pen. And she's fighting for your love because she needed to. She's busting you in the mouth with praise and adulation, penning love letters in the most subtle ways. Man and must, but dope. Man, it must be dope having you in your corner or a you in your corner. Let me say that again. Man, it must be dope having you in your corner or a you in
Mm.
your corner.
Woo.
She was the light you needed when you needed a C to be there for you. She was the strong love that made SWV weak, that made Beyonce check Jay's last name, the real love, like Mary J. Now you know how we feel when we're in our center riding and busting people in the mouth with realness.
Mm.
So you said it touched you. Please expound on that.
I mean, it's almost like you're talking. I mean, it's almost like when I listen to that, it's like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking at myself. You know what I'm saying? This is my reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually in the process of writing something similar to that to
Mm-hmm.
inspire myself. See how we always align?
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the dopest pieces, honestly, that you've written that was dedicated, that had anything to do with me. It just resonated with me.
Mm.
It opened my eyes and actually like, yo, don't forget who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So just so you know, the book I'm looking at is from 2009. That's how long me and C have been rocking.
Damn.
The
The book.
the book.
Okay.
Words are my weapons of choice. This is my first book.
Mm.
So Blind Cycle. Do you remember when I wrote BC off of Blind Cycle, your poem?
I do. Blind Cycle. Oh damn, man! You really digging in the crates.
This is very old. And I don't want to make this me reading my poems, but to show that it's always been like this. What's up, Z? Zanata? This is something I wrote. This had to be 2008, 2007.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation with C, Prahmiss, and she was telling me about her story. And everybody has stories. And your story touches so many people and resonates with so many people. Do you want to talk about the blind cycle or do you want me to read the poem first?
You can read the poem first.
Okay. You good with that? You cool?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to give props. C wrote a poem called Blind Cycle. I called it BC. I've never been raped physically, but it happens every day mentally. I mean, niggas, you hear what I'm preaching to you. Fuck you, because the one standing still is still you. I'm still angry as hell that we call each other nigga. And I'm still scared that that black face that makes mine out will be a nigga. The poetry stopped when you dropped out of school. Enlightenment, pfft, they're just reinstitutionalizing racism, got me running around like a fool. Quoting racist ass lyrics like, ooh, I think they like me. Sidebar, I got that from you. Crying many shackles while they lean with me and rock with me. But that they I'm speaking about are rappers and entertainers walking around looking for validation in empty Philly blunt containers. Yeah, you a thug ass nigga, but I got 3 degrees. Yeah, you can cock a gap, but I can run for VP of the country, niggas. And I guess because I read Tolstoy, I'm the house nigga. Click, clack, click, clack. The click and the clack are holding us back. The weed and the crack are going to break our backs. It's all a blind cycle. And we are starting to close our eyes, mo shut. Because the more we get fucked, the more I feel like a racial slut. The greatest scam of all of us was letting us get the Oprah status. Because in this country, we'll never let ourselves move past Stedman status. Nigga this, nigga that, what the fuck you looking at? Then you realize that the mirror is what you are looking at. But you blind to the fact that you can't see what I can see, nigga. And I realize that the one making us niggas are all of we. And I apologize for the N-word, but I wrote that to illustrate a point because most people know how I feel about the N-word.
That was so my poem, the N-word. What was it called? It was
no. Your poem was Blind Cycle,
but it was about damn, that was a long time ago.
It was about the rape.
Okay.
You don't even remember, see?
Oh,
I took pieces of it.
There's 2 of them. Okay, so I see.
Okay, all right.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, about the rape, like childhood stuff.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go into that a little bit. How, if that's cool with you?
Okay.
How did that impact you? And I don't need to know the story and all that. So how did that impact you and like kind of set the stage for who you are?
Okay. So, and I can be transparent because I think that's important, especially knowing that there are people out there who've experienced the same kinds of things. So it wasn't, technically raped. I was sexually abused for a very long time. A lot of abuse. How did that set the stage for who I am now? Well, there's a dark side and there's a bright side, I guess. The dark side made me not trust anybody. The dark side made me very angry. The dark side made me I want to stress, very angry. I was a deep thinker because when the world was going on as normal, as usual, and here I am, a little girl, I can pretty much pick up people's spirits, and I would, like, how can I say it? Like, I'm not feeling this person. This person makes me uncomfortable. Being so young and having to lie about how you feel or hide how you feel, or when someone asks you a question, you have to lie about it, or someone who's abusing you tells you not to tell the story. That takes a toll on you. People have no idea how much of a toll it takes on you as a young person. And you grow up, starting to be depressed. And then we don't understand where it comes from. And then that goes into self-love. How could I, what is self-love? How do I know how to love myself when, I've been abused all this time? Nobody's even, what is self-love? I don't know what that means. So you grow up with all these different problems. That's kind of like the dark side. I'm just touching on the basics of the dark side. Yep. The other side, where when I was young and I started working at the residential treatment center, and I was working with youth who experienced a lot of what I've experienced, or better yet, maybe worse, you can say, whatever the case may be. When I started working there, I think I was like 20. The craziest thing is, like, everything that I went through was like, you know what? This is your why. See, this is your why. know, I'm not saying that I was chosen to go through, you know, this is kind of weird or whatever, but this is your why, because everything that I experience now, I can talk to a young person. I can talk them off the cliff. You know, I can be their shoulder. I can inspire them because I can relate to what they've been through. And to me, that's extremely important. Again, like I said, I hate to see people struggle. I hate to see young people struggle. It breaks my heart to know that so many young people are out here, you know, contemplating suicide or actually taking their lives. You know, that's something that I just feel like, you know what, I was put on this planet I know I can't stop everything, but I was put on this planet to inspire somebody out there to be able to turn around and walk off that cliff. So everything I'm learning now in my older age, that everything that I've experienced is something that I can no longer cry about. You know, it's something that I just have to just take, mold, and put it on a piece of paper, write about it, speak about it, spit about it, and hopefully it inspires somebody else. So that basically is my foundation that made me, helped mold me into who I am right now. You know, that amongst other things. So
Talk your shit, girl. Talk
you
your
know,
shit.
it's a sad story.
It is.
So many sad stories, you know, so many. I mean, it's crazy. So many. I write a book about it, which I'm working on.
Another
But
book.
again, yes.
The
But
Beautiful Side of Ugly, Therapeutic Inspiration. Just saying. Go
oh
ahead.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I was like that was, you know, I wrote that so fast, and I wrote it kind of like in a just for therapy for myself. And I was like, let me just put that's basically what it was. And sometimes I go back to it and I'm like, yo, this is some crazy, this is some deep shit, but it inspires me. Like, look how far you've come. You know what I'm saying? Look how far you've come. You know you can't give up now. And through that book, Achille, through those poems, when I did speaking engagements, when I was on stage doing, you know, doing spoken word, you know how many lives I touched, you know how many people hit me and was like, yo, Prahmiss, you won't believe, yo, I was thinking about like taking my life, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, you know. I was thinking about you know, hurting myself. And that one poem really inspired me to the third degree. And that is what makes, that's kind of what helps ignite my light, you know, and keeps me going.
Facts, like the young people
You
say.
know.
So, and I will say, and we've performed a bunch of times together. I've heard a lot of your stuff. I'm sure you get tired of hearing my stuff, but you've heard a lot of
No,
my stuff. So, I can't remember the one poem you do.
I already know what you're talking about. The teardropper.
Yeah, the one that gets everybody. Where
Yeah,
it's just
the
like
teardropper.
they're
Yeah,
like,
that's the
uh,
that's a bad one, man. I can't. I mean, yeah, that gets everybody. I don't even have the book in front of me or whatever, but I don't know if I want to recite that. But that one was like lenses into a dark part of my life, you
yeah,
know, different aspects. Just picture myself in a dark room, just going through crazy shit, and being able to verbalize that and give people a picture of it. I can't believe that I was able to do it how I did it. But but that poem, I'm telling you, I got a lot of crazy feedback about that one poem. I think I'm gonna do that poem and put it on my page. I'm gonna
you
revisit
should.
that. I'm gonna
You
revisit
should.
that.
You should do that poem and then do a breakdown of it
Mm.
because, like I said, I know a lot of the story, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still powerful and it still resonates
Yeah.
even with me. My book like that was Heir to the Throne because you know my mom passed
Mm-hmm.
away a while ago.
Yep.
My dad passed away 2 years ago, and when I
Mm-hmm.
wrote Heir to the Throne, it just came to me. So you saw
Yep.
you said I wrote it fast. I wrote Heir to the Throne. I was like, oh my! It was just
Wow. Right.
it was just
Mm.
coming out. I mean,
Yeah.
and when people
Man.
say that you have, that's when one of the few things I say is a gift is writing because
Yeah.
there are times where I don't know where inspiration comes from. A
Yep.
whole poem will just come to me.
Yep.
Well, I feel like
I,
I was blessed with being able to say, okay, well, let me write what I got to feel. So I feel you on that.
yes. Yes. That's definitely is a blessing. Definitely is a gift. I write in the car, man. I will write I freestyle in my head in the car when I'm driving.
Mm.
Most of the time with beats, and I promise you, Achille, I will write like almost a whole song while I'm driving to a destination.
I believe it.
And it's so, or in the shower. It's crazy.
So, what does promise mean?
Well, a true promise can never be broken.
Oof.
A real promise, right? The word is meant a promise. People say, oh, people break promises, then it's not a promise then. So, you know, going through all the shit that I went through in my life, feeling like actually like I'm breaking, not realizing that now I can't be broken. I'm chosen. This is my, you know, I got this passion that just won't go away. You know what I'm saying? I'm this inspiration that lives in me. This beauty that lives in me. So it's like, yo, I can't be broken. Promise. You know?
Let's break that. Let's deconstruct the name though, how it's spelled. Prahmiss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
yeah.
self-explanatory. I mean, you know, spelled different. And actually, each letter actually means something, but it's a whole lot of letters. We ain't got to go through that.
We do. I want to hear.
I mean, come on, man. All right, P for poetry. You know, persistence, perseverance, you know, stuff like that. R for rhyming, you know, everything. And this is what I did myself, just sitting there writing in a book and just writing crazy words for each letter. Just something fun, you know. But yeah, the miss part is self-explanatory. I guess you wanted to touch on that because it was kind of dope, right?
Of course it's dope. Listen, you're inspiration. Trying to inspire you was inspiration.
Trying what?
When I had to pull you up, remember when you said you was in the doldrums in the mud, and when I had to be like, don't forget who you are.
Yo, you are. I always tell everybody, man, it's this one guy, Killy, that never ever gave up on me. Always has something beautiful and positive to say. You have no idea. Everybody needs that, Achilles. To a lot of people, I'm that person.
Yep.
And I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do have that, but you know what I mean. It's rare for the person that's always out there trying to do everything to actually have that. And I just want to, you know, I think I gave you the flowers. I gave you your flowers before, but you know, every time I see you, Kill, I gotta give you flowers, man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
This is your shout out. On your IG handle, it says she/queen/ I am who I am. And I know you're
King. You gotta say it's King with a Q.
King, sorry, King. I know King, I apologize. I apologize for mispronouncing it. Because I know your full handle is I am Prahmiss.
Okay. For Facebook.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
But you said I am who I am.
I am who I am.
Yep.
Explain it to me. Make it make sense.
I am who I am. You know, going through all of what I went through and then having to wake up, look in the mirror and not feel beautiful because society, the world that looks back at you says you're too aggressive. Because you don't wear tight jeans and you don't wear heels, you can't be accepted, you know. Because you're not into men, or you're not in a relationship with a guy, you know, you should be over here, you know. So constantly being judged, constantly being you know, talked about and hated on. I mean, the hate is crazy. And so I had to look at myself in the mirror. I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, I am who I am, you know. And that's my constant reminder. I don't give a F what anybody has to say about anything. I am who I am. There's absolutely nothing anyone can say to bring me down because I'm Prahmiss and I can't be broken. And I am who I am. You feel me? And I know through my strength, right? And me just talking the way I'm talking right now, there's somebody else going through the same thing, different story. You know, somebody who was probably on the ledge, going through the same shit. And I just want to be that inspiration. Be who you are. Be you, do you.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Be about it.
That's what I like to hear.
Exactly.
That's what I like to hear. So let's move into the arts.
Okay.
In all of the creating that you do, because you create all of the things because you want to be selfish and create every kind of art. We'll start with a hard question. If you had to pick rapping or writing or singing, which one would you pick and why? And I'll throw photography in this since you like to take pictures too.
You mean I like to take selfies?
So what?
Oh, you mean, okay, I got you. It would definitely be writing.
Okay.
Let me put a little disclaimer in there, okay? I'm not a singer, okay? Those closest to me know damn well that I can't sing. And the beautiful thing about it, and can I just skip to this song, or do you want to wait to talk about?
This is your show. Live your life.
Because I feel like it's necessary for me to talk about that. Love on You, right?
Mm-hmm.
The picture in the background. It's special to me. Because remember a couple of minutes ago, maybe like 20 minutes ago, when I was telling you, I think you just went out, but whatever. When I was telling you that, what the hell was I telling you about? All right, let me just get back to that because I actually forgot what I wanted to say. So this is extremely special to me because one, I don't sing, right? I'm not a singer. And that's what it was. So that quote, remember I said, listen to the music your heart sings, play it loud, put it on repeat, and let your soul dance freely to forever. So I said to myself, Cece, there's music in you. There's so many things in you. You have to let it out. You only got one life to live. Doesn't matter, okay, you can't sing, whatever the case may be, and you don't have anybody to sing over this track. Guess what? Go in the lab, go in your closet, your small closet, right? Put the computer on, put the mic on, let the track play, put auto tunes on, and create a song, because what you ultimately want to do is you want to build up your song catalog. That was my objective. That is my objective, to build up my song catalog. So what I did was I went to my lab in my closet and I just let the beat play, and I actually did what I told you I do when I'm driving. I just kind of freestyled it. Then I just, took a piece of paper and said, okay, I like that, whatever. And that's how I actually created this song. So it was through auto tunes. And the fact that I didn't have anybody to sing it for me, I said, I'm going to sing it myself because I have an ear for music. I know how I want it to sound. And I'm going to do, like I said, what I want to do. And I'm going to make it sound dope. And that's what I did. So if I can choose anything, it would definitely be writing, because with writing, I can still rap. I can still sing in my mind. I don't have to verbalize it. I'm still doing it. So I would always write. I write all the time. I'm writing right now.
I'm sure you are working on your next opus. So, Love on You is an amazing title, by the way. I like that.
Thank you.
So I happened to fall upon somebody's IG page, and something resonated since we're talking about Love on You.
Okay.
I used to yearn for her love until I found someone else who was willing to stay with me forever. Love me without conditions and handle me with all unwavering love. This person now showers me with all the attention I need. She treats me like a king and loves me like no other. I am 100% sure that she will never give up on me. I trust her with every bone in my body. So glad I found her. She is the most beautiful person I've ever met. She is far from perfect, but she is still perfect in my eyes. Hey, y'all, let me introduce y'all to me.
That's so beautiful when you read somebody else reads it. Yo, that's crazy that you brought that up.
Talk your shit, girl.
When I wrote Love on You, when I was actually in front of the mic, the feeling behind that song was a self-love type thing. You can't love on somebody unless you're loving on yourself first. And that kind of was my foundation. And self-love has been an ongoing journey for me. Like I said, when you're young, you really don't have, my mother was old school. Yes, she was uplifting and, all of the above. But the words self-love, nobody really talked about and really didn't explain. And especially when when you've been through traumatic experiences and, a lot of trauma, all of that is stripped. You're stripped from loving yourself. You just don't, you don't understand these feelings that you're having because of, you being taken advantage of, whatever your situation is. And I think a lot of people right now are thinking about taking their lives, have taken their lives. I think a lot of it has to do with self-love, amongst other things, because when you don't embrace you and
Mm-hmm.
love you, and you don't know how to, what else do you have left? What else do you have? And I've been there. I've been there.
Hmm. So, loving you has been a mantra.
Hmm.
I have the luxury of knowing your darling, wonderful, beautiful, amazing wife.
Hmm.
What did she teach you about love that you didn't know you knew until after you met her?
Um, hmm. all the
Yup.
stuff that all the stuff that I've been through, right? I've
Mm-hmm.
been through a lot. I've done a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, and she was still there,
Yep.
and put the mirror up to my face,
Mm.
and basically, see, you're gonna have to figure out this on your own, but I'll be here for you when you need a shoulder to lean on. She used to write actually stuff on the notepads and put it on the mirror when I was going through my deepest, darkest times.
Mm.
And I hated myself. I didn't like myself. I did some crazy shit, was doing some crazy shit, just running amok. And that self-love piece was not there. It was not there. So she would put little reminders, affirmations up, and just keep them there. And that was something, so when I wake up in the morning, I just consistently see it. People don't understand that shoulder, that
Mm.
support, that foundation is needed. I don't care how old you get. I don't care if you're 75 years old. I don't care if you're 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You need that.
Mm-hmm.
You need that.
Yep. So, going back into your newest opus, Love on You,
Mhm.
is this just a song or is it going to be an album?
So this is a song that's going to feature on the EP, which is Room 1029. I came up with Room 1029. Say again.
Room
Oh,
1029. Go ahead.
yeah, Room. So it was that thing where, remember you said, you asked me something about music because I was so deep. I wrote about this. I was always ready for war, and I never really
Yeah, yeah.
touched on other things. So I'm like, I don't want to be afraid anymore to touch on other topics because
Mm.
I got an all of the above kind of style. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get into where I never been before. You know, different type of poetry, more sensual, love kind of stuff. So that's where, so 1029, actually my birthday 1029, it was a goal of mine. It says, Cece, this is what Prahmiss, you're going to record your first dope single. You're going to release it. You're going to get the album cover. You're going to master it, mix it, everything by your birthday. This was only, I want to say, a month before I came up with this.
Mm.
So I set that goal and I did it. And Room 1029 obviously kind of went together with that whole idea. And so every song on this EP is going to be about love. It's going to be a little a little deep,
Little
bedroom
grown?
stuff, a little grown and sexy, you know what I'm saying. This one is actually not even that, it's not even on that level where we about to go. But
Ooh.
yeah, I'm gonna have another Afrobeat, inspired joint on there, some R&B, little rapping, and I'm going to feature other artists like for singing stuff because I'm writing everything. This is only to build up my catalog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm actually doing a video the end of this month. For
When was the last time you did a video?
Say again.
When was the last time you did a video?
Last time, this is my first video.
I know.
Oh, yes, this is my first video, and like I just want to be, I am a songwriter. I want to be able to write for other people. That's really what I want to do. So doing this is kind of like just to put me on a map, market it, promote it, and just like, wow, look what I did all by myself. I got something. I know I got
Mm.
something. I'm just going to continue this path until I feel comfortable with, okay, this is your foundation. Now you can go and shop some stuff and, talk to some people. But yeah, so I'm not even really. I want people to. I don't know if it's even really important, Joker,
Of
but
course, it's important.
I'm not that starving artist type. I'm not that rapper like, yo, I'm trying to get on. I'm not really. I'm not. That's not really where. It's not really my direction. You know what I'm saying? I'm
About the
putting out
art.
heat. Yeah, it's about the art.
It's about the
It's about
art.
art and creating opportunities for myself. That's basically it.
That's why one of the most interesting questions people ask me is, "How many books did you sell?" I don't know. Keep track. I mean, I have an idea,
Yeah, yeah,
but I don't do it, and people don't. I don't do it for
yeah,
selling a book.
yeah.
I do it for the creation of the art.
Got you.
And that's
That's the
that's
difference.
that's very different.
It puts you on a different plateau than others. Because sometimes when you're doing it for the money, that art is not really the same as the artist who's doing it from the heart. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So all yourself. Did you make the beat? You did it all yourself? Did
So
the whole
no, I didn't produce the beat.
Okay.
Um,
But you have done
I,
this in the past.
I have, yes, of course, yeah. I definitely produce, and that's what I'm going to after this EP. That's what I'm about to start getting back into because
Mm.
I'm very capable of doing it, and it's exciting. It's what I do, and I'm gonna just keep writing.
So, side question.
Mm-hmm.
If Prahmiss today battled Prahmiss from 25, who
Whoo,
would win in a battle? 3
whoo.
rounds.
3 rounds. I would annihilate Promise from back in the day.
Really?
Yeah,
You
because this Promise is wiser. This Promise back in the day, I was a straight writer. Like things came to me as I wrote, and I just always had a pen in my hand and the paper. Um, this Promise has the ability to do the same thing, but I don't need paper and a pen. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it is. If it's because I got old, uh, I don't know what it is, Achilles, but
Yep.
I'm just able to create the dopest stuff, just like in a just from thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I think I would
Mm.
run laps around Old Promise.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely,
Interesting.
definitely.
Interesting.
Come on,
What
I know all the
about
secrets.
what about the battle part 2? When's that coming out?
I should I should do that, right?
I think I know you're growing and maturing, but I
Yeah,
found when I was writing Still Scarred
yeah.
that I was like, oh, I feel like I'm getting stale with my
Mhm.
stuff. I
Mhm.
was like, I need to. So I read my first book, Words My Weapons of Choice again, and I
Mm.
read a Sonia Sanchez book, and I was like, yeah, that's what I used to write about. Let me get back to I don't change much. I just tweak. As you get older, you tweak stuff. Oh, I
Mm.
not 3-page poems anymore.
True.
I gotta
True. Yeah.
get, get in, say what I gotta say, and get it out. Because before I used to be
Mhm.
like, ooh, what can I say that sounds so fancy and smart and
Mhm.
intelligent? Now I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just say how I feel. And you try
Mhm.
to flip it and make it sound a little different every now and then, but
Mhm.
finding that fire again, it's
Mm.
important.
Mhm.
That's why I think you should do a battle too. And I also want my copy of
Mm.
that LP. That
Got you.
mixtape. You've been saying that.
David.
You've been saying that. How many times have I asked you for a copy of your album? Keep it a buck.
I'm doing all right. So I'm doing something else that I really didn't even want to talk about yet, but and it's in alignment with the battle. It's dope, lyrical, crazy stuff, but it's about what's happening today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's that energy, that lyrical energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I know what you're talking about. Keep it fresh, and sometimes you got to go back to bring it out of you. But I am who I am, Joker. I don't have to go back.
Listen.
I'm so dope at what I do. It's like, okay, Prahmiss, are you ready to do it right now? Then I just delve in and I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, nobody knew that I was capable of doing it. Yeah, it's auto tunes. I don't sing. I'm not trying to claim the R&B, whatever. I don't need an award for the best R&B singer. That's not what I'm. Anybody
Yeah.
can come for me and say, yo, Prahmiss can't say. Yeah, you're right. I can't. I did this because I wanted to create a dope song.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to wait on anybody, to do it for me. I just wanted to go in and do it. And I did it. I know what I'm capable of now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say is whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it. I can do it.
I don't even want to talk about it yet.
There
You
you
know it's
go,
art.
John.
I don't even want to
That's
talk about it yet.
See, he knows.
They know.
Yep.
They know. King's Domain. What's King's Domain? Because we're gonna start going into the management part. What's King's Domain?
King's Domain was branched off from On My Throne. And I started that when I started writing my book Win on Your Throne.
Mm-hmm.
And everything I kind of started, that was for me. That's like, I am who I am type thing. People don't really understand how important it is to, excuse me, own your shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to own everything that you do. You got to own who you are. And so King's Domain branched off from that. That was actually, I started like an apparel company. So that's the idea that kind of branched off from that, King's Domain, because somebody like me, wearing, guys' clothes, whatever. Yeah, some of it looks really nice, but I'm still a woman and I still have woman things, women parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to create something where women like me can go and shop and get clothes that fit them, comfortably.
Yes. You mean your style, or do you mean like your vibe?
My style, my vibe, everything, because there are a lot of, assertive, aggressive, whatever you want to call, people, them, yourself, whatever the case may be, who, like wearing certain things. But sometimes it's like, okay, the men's clothes is too baggy. It's just not fitting right. Yeah. So that's kind of one of my long-term goals, is to create King's Domain. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Jimmy, shut up. You're wrong. No, that's my guy. I love Jimmy. The question.
What's up?
How do you feel about the increase in the knowledge and kind of like the pronouns identification movement? How do you feel about that? Because it's not something. This is actually one thing we haven't talked about, which surprises me.
Honestly, I haven't really given it that much thought. Sometimes I get confused myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have all answers. I just know where I want to be called. Like, and then I respect whoever, whatever, however you see yourself, however you are. Tell me how you would like to be addressed, and I respect that and all that. But I haven't really given that much thought. I really don't. I haven't delved into that world too much. Yeah.
Yeah, you've kind of always been in your own lane.
Yeah, I don't.
We know you like what women, whatever you want to say. But you've always kind of moved in your own lane with that, which is interesting.
You're right, and you're not the first person that said that either. Somebody asked me like, why you don't put LGBT on your page, LGBTQ, and whatever else.
A+.
I don't know. I like you said, I've always been in my own lane. Like I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I really, honestly, don't even like labels. Sometimes I just label certain shit because that's the only way other people know how to identify certain things. But I don't really like labels. So why would I really embrace all of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people don't understand that. Some people, might get mad at me for saying it, but it is what it is. I am who I am. What you want to do?
How does your art reflect who you are as a person? I know you said it's very eclectic. It's all over the place. It's, you said that's a jack of all trades.
that's kind of how I am, who I am, all over the place.
Mm.
How does my art reflect who I am? I mean, my art helps me actually, with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, it keeps me, it guides me, and it
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of certain things, like perception,
Mm-hmm.
is reality, because I'm also, an artist. Like I draw. So when I draw and I'm drawing something to, I'm drawing because and I'm thinking about how other people are going to view what I'm drawing, whatever the piece might be, whatever. And even
Mm-hmm.
for the poems, everything's about perception, everything's about perspective, everything's about wearing different lenses and seeing from a different view. You can, yes, take your lens
Mm-hmm.
off and see something, but it also helps if you move in a different direction and look at it from a different view. And when you look at that portrait or that picture in that frame, it just seems a little bit different now. So having all of that as my foundation definitely helps me, um, in life. Communicate with people, to be a good leader, because I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to think deeply and not just on the surface. Um, so yeah, my art definitely has an impact on who I am.
So as we talk about you and your journey into helping others, um,
Hmm.
somebody comes to you, CC, Prahmiss, I want to rap, blah 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 blah. Let me split something, blah blah blah. I kill you, bar bar. Not refined. What do you
Mm,
do with them? How do you help them? How do you help refine
mm.
them?
That's that's a good question. Um, I
I'm
mean,
letting
that
you
has
market
happened.
yourself so people know what to expect when they start using you.
That has definitely happened before. Um, I think I kind of pause. I don't. I try not to be impulsive when I work with people or I'm dealing with people, certain people. I
Mm-hmm.
pause. I get to know a person. I ask a lot of questions, and doing that, when I pause and start asking questions, the person that I'm speaking with, will often start thinking from a different perspective. You know, so that in itself, will help them, guide them, because sometimes, just because you know how to spit and you're talking about all of this other stuff and you raw whatever, doesn't mean that that is going to be your direction, or doesn't mean that you're complete. You know what I'm saying? You got the puzzle complete. You just got a piece of that puzzle and you're actually in search for these other pieces and you just need help, find it. And I think that's where I fit in. I'm kind of the same thing as you. You're really great at helping people find those other puzzle pieces, and not the puzzle pieces that you got to force in, the ones that
Right.
just go right in. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of how I'm able to help, guide people and polish them.
Mm. Do you think that when someone, what their actual ability of what their product should be and their image of who they think they are, when they clash, is that hard for somebody? And do you think that's hard for you to work with?
So back in the day, I used to work with people like that, and I was very opinionated, and very strong in my opinion. I was just raw.
Mm.
And now, over the years, I've learned that, what, people are who they are. Just like you can't tell me who I am, and you can't stop somebody's process. You can't. I just can't stop your process and tell you who you need to be, or who you are, who you should be. You just got to allow people's process to just happen. So I don't think I would try to put a dagger in who somebody, you know, put a dagger in anybody's identity and who they say that they are. Just be yourself. If it's dope, it's dope. If it's not, it's not. My opinion.
Mm.
And that's how I pretty much got to move.
Who are some artists that you look up to that have influenced you over the years?
Oh man, Lauren Hill, number
Oh,
one. That is Lauren Hill, Queen Latifah. Let's go back. MC Light, Nas. Jay-Z, of course.
You
Biggie.
mean Jay-Z and then you mean Nas. Got you.
J- Nas, Jay-Z.
Uh-huh.
Eminem. I love Eminem when he first came out because he was that battle rapper and he had something that I was capable of doing. So that I looked up to that. Um, A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. And a lot. I'm sure there's a lot that I'm forgetting, but yeah, definitely a lot of the old school people. It was just soulful, you know. It was just a different feeling, you know. Definitely motivated me.
Who do you listen to now and you'd be like, oh man, I'd love to do a collab with them?
Oh man. I would love to do a collab with Cardi B, yo.
Yes! Cardi is my
didn't expect that,
girl!
did you? You didn't expect it? Yo, I
No,
just love her. I love her energy. I love it. I love Megan.
Yeah.
I love her energy. I love Lil Baby. I love his energy also.
Both of them can spit. Actually, like they both.
No, he can.
Both of them can rhyme.
They dope. Definitely. And a couple of more, but those actually would be my top because it would allow me to delve into my creativity and do stuff like I've never done really before that I'm doing now, basically.
What I like about Meg, and we had a little bit of this conversation before. What I like about Cardi and what I like about Meg is that they're authentic to them true selves.
Yeah,
their true selves. And we were like, oh, but Cardi doesn't write. I don't care if Cardi writes. So I don't think.
Yo, she's dope. Yeah.
I don't think Cardi is an artist that needs to write her own stuff.
Nah.
I feel like she's her.
Dope. She is. She's a dope person. Like that's it.
She's dope. Been through so much.
She's on 1,000. Like, how could you not want to do a joint with her? She's dope. And when she spits, when she makes music, she makes dope shit.
Yeah. And Meg's the same thing. I like Megan too. I feel like Meg is a little bit closer to the border of, okay, you're starting to sound a little repetitive.
Oh, damn.
I like Meg.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want what's she going to sound like in 3 albums? Is that number? And I'm not knocking her. But what's she going to sound like? Because you already have Cardi. You already have, what's her name? Nicki. You have a lot of them that are already in that lane.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, I'm sure Elvis never wrote a note and he did okay. He did.
That's dope. That's true.
Can you bring it up? Yeah, I love that Megan's unashamed. Otaku? Yes. An unashamed otaku. It makes me love her even more. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. But I do wonder what Meg's going to sound like in a few years.
I feel.
I think Cardi has such a huge personality. You don't see as much as Meg's personality as you do Cardi. Because
I agree.
The way Cardi came out, TV, personality.
I mean, that's the same thing. Jay-Z never showed his personality like that. Everything was in his music, right? I mean, he wasn't.
Well, I wasn't knocking it. I was saying like the way Cardi came out, like on Love and Hip Hop and all stuff. She was so much personality. But I do hear what you said.
Got you. Yeah.
Bring up Jimmy's nonsense. What are you saying, Jimmy? What nonsense? You gonna fight me about what? Please elucidate and clarify. Because I said that I want to see what Megan's gonna be like.
I like Megan. I just like her.
I like her too.
Not like I know her as a person, but I just love her energy. You know how you just like somebody, and it's just they really can't do no wrong. I just like her.
I was watching the episode of Cook's Corner. Cook and I had Eminem on, and I think Royce too. And he was breaking down how Eminem breaks down his bars, like his bars. It was just crazy to just listen to like how much research, how much they really dissect what each other's saying and how deep Crooked
Mm.
Eye and all of them. And it's the lyricism, you know, that you
Mm-hmm,
can have
mm-hmm.
multis and have multis in your multis and then have off rhymes and near rhymes. And it was, if I can
It's a
find it,
gift.
I'll send it to you.
Please do. It's a gift, man. That's a
Because
gift.
yeah, a lot of people can rap, but do you actually understand?
Mm-hmm.
I saw another one where Cassidy was breaking down Eminem's flow, which was pretty cool because
Cassidy,
Cassidy
wow.
doesn't really, yeah, Cassidy the hustler,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But I like when artists can show that they understand the art of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That it's
Mm-hmm.
not just I'm not just there, you know, whatever, blah blah, blah
Mm-hmm.
spit, you know, spitting rhymes. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about that? How do you feel about an artist that actually takes time to learn the craft side?
I mean, you probably already know the answer to that because that's where I'm deeply rooted in. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned to also respect the artist that does not do that. You know,
Mm.
we're in two different times now,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to. The time changes, things change. It just is what it is. Things
Yeah.
change, people change, styles change, music change, and I feel like an artist can't tell people to respect all, but an artist kind of respects art. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be a splat of paint on a wall or whatever, or a portrait or something, whatever. All is art.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I would lean towards, um, the artist who can break things down and who actually respects the foundation, because you get a different. I think you build a better masterpiece. I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Who are
I'm
some
just
of your
gonna.
favorite writers?
Um,
And when I say writers, I mean
this
like traditional writers. Then we could talk about people that write music.
well, everyone I named were actually great writers and actually wrote for a lot of other artists.
Mm.
Um, Lauryn Hill, great writer. Jay-Z, great writer, wrote for a lot of artists.
Mm.
Nas wrote for a lot of artists. They're great writers. Um, yeah, those are pretty much my favorite.
So taking Lauryn Hill out of the picture because of your
Okay.
unfair love affair, you could collab with one of uh, Latifah, Light, Nas, J, M, Megan, or Cardi. Who would you want to collab with? And then who would you want to do a collab album with?
Oh, damn. Jay, listen, I gotta say, Jay-Z and Nas. Sorry, it just doesn't that make sense. So the
Well,
collab
Jay is the
album.
Carter. Just side note. Go ahead.
Say again.
Jay-Z's
What
the
you,
Carter, so that makes sense.
it makes sense, of course. A collab album. I think I would want to do a collab album with Nas because
Oh, that'd be crazy.
we write some. He's a poet. Not to say that no one else is, but it's just a different. He inspired me so much coming up,
Mm.
like writing to his music and just listening to him and I would be that artist that breaks everything down listening to what he's saying, like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, this guy is such a fucking poet.
Yeah.
Jay-Z definitely would want to collab with him, but I would definitely want to do an album with Nas
Mm.
if I had to choose.
Okay. What about the ladies? If you had to pick one of the ladies
Out of
to do
Queen
a collab with,
you
to do
said
an album with.
collab in an album.
A collab, yep. And then who would you want to do an album with?
I would do an album with Cardi B because
That would be crazy. That would be cool.
she has different. She can come from different directions. Not to say that Meg can't,
Mm.
but I think my styles, the different, the people haven't even heard anything that I'm capable of, and I'm excited about that. But
Mm.
anything
Yeah,
like that
someone's been
Cardi could
waiting
do,
a long
I
time.
would be able to do that. We would just play on each other's style or whatever. It would just be a dope ass album. Meg,
Yeah.
I would definitely want to collab with. Definitely, I think about collabing with her. She's dope.
Yeah, she'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. If you were had somebody produce you, any producer, who would you want to produce you?
Definitely has to be. I gotta go with Dr. Dre. I gotta go with Dr. Dre. I don't know why. I just love his production.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dope.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to work with Dr. Dre.
Whose production style? Who do you produce most like?
Who do I produce most?
Yes.
Like? Oh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I might have to come back to that one.
Pharrell. What about Pharrell?
Yeah, I mean, Pharrell is dope. He's to me, he's a genius at what he does. Kanye West. Oh, come on, don't do Ye. Don't I forgot about damn, I forgot about Ye. Oh man. I would hold on, let's rewind.
No, go ahead. I'm joking. Go ahead.
No, you can't rewind.
You can.
Oh man. No, but production wise,
Mm-hmm.
definitely when he produces and I hear his music, it resonates. I don't know, I don't want to say, I mean, to me, he's a genius at what he does. He's phenomenal. I don't care what nobody says about Ye. He's dope at what he does. I lean towards, because he has those beats that drive you, that elicits emotion. You know what I'm saying? It drives you to want to talk about something deep.
Yeah.
You know, makes you want to write something and make somebody cry. You know, definitely. If I can't go back, it would definitely be Dr. Dre and then West.
Okay.
Damn, I'm so
Love
mad.
Pharrell. Nerd is my favorite rap group.
Really?
No, that's what the quote was. Bring it back up, please, Matt. That not me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if I had to
Pharrell's
pick a
dope.
rap
Of
group,
course.
it would be the Lox. Oh, you know who would be second? Let's see if you know who would be my second favorite.
Damn, see, I definitely would love to do something with Jadakiss.
Oh, Jada's. Did you hear his song with him and
Greatest piece of all time. Did I hear what?
And Latifah? It's a little old, a couple of years ago.
No. What? I never heard that.
No, I have to find it. It was on a mixtape, I think. I was like, okay, Latifah's still barring.
Wow, that's dope. I need to check that out.
What was I asking you? I forgot what I asked you.
Well, we went over the production.
Yes.
Who I sound like. Mm-hmm.
What piece of art was the most difficult for you to create?
What piece of art was the most difficult for me to create? That's a tough question. You know why? Because it's so easy for me to create art. I honestly, like, you want to talk about writing? It's just very easy for me to write. And I'm not trying to boast or be any kind of way. It just really is. I mean, I write R&B stuff in my head all the time. I write novels in not novels, but I'm writing all the time. It's just my brain never turns off. You know, I even wake up from my dreams. I wake up from my sleep. And it's like in my dreams, I'm writing some dope, and I gotta wake up and grab my phone and put it in my notepad. So it's like it just lives in me. That's not a difficult part. Spitting is definitely a craft that you have to constantly polish and exercise, and that's the fun part, because you can play around with different flows or whatever. So that's not really a too difficult thing to do. And I don't know, Kelly. What other art are you speaking of? I don't. It doesn't. Yeah.
I was just asking you. What
Okay.
was the hardest for you to create? I didn't know if it was your book, if it was a song.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I didn't wrote a book. rewrote it. That's kind of like, that's something that I struggle with, definitely, because I'm a perfectionist, and it becomes very difficult for me to finish something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that is definitely writing books, not poetry books per se, but like, books about my life,
Mm.
inspirational books.
So, as we start to wrap up, because it's been an
Hmm.
hour and 20 minutes already.
Wow.
Yep. Learning about their promise. If you were going to produce an album for somebody
Hmm.
that wasn't rap, who would you want to produce?
That wasn't rap.
That wasn't rap.
What I want to produce. Mm, damn.
Yep, I know.
That wasn't rap. Oh my gosh. Man, so many. Um. See, I want to go back to one person because I guess I'm a little obsessed. I don't know, but you can be like, no, because
No, go
um,
ahead.
because I feel like I gotta go back and produce that person. Once I produce that person, we can move on to everybody now. Like, I would
Who, Yay?
love, huh?
Who, Yay?
Nah, Lauren
Lauren Hill?
Hill. Yes, she's just so gifted and beautiful and dope. Like, she was the one that I was looking up to when everybody was looking up to somebody else. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, she played a part of my life. Definitely, I
Mm-hmm.
would love to. I don't even know if I don't even want to say that and belittle my skills because I know she's so dope. But that would definitely be a challenge. That would definitely be something that I would really have to work hard on to make sure that it was on point because I feel like she's just on a whole nother
Different.
level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you had to choose only one, her singing or her rapping, I'm
Mm.
talking about Fuji La rapping.
Oh,
Which one?
if I had to choose, damn, she's phenomenal in both.
She really is. Like, you can, while you think about it, like, just to have that level of talent to
In
be able
both,
to.
exactly.
And if people, and I know her rapping wasn't ever really pushed, but if you listen to the first Fuji albums when they just
What?
freestyling,
People were sleeping on her. She was, to me,
oh,
she was the best of all time. I don't understand why people were sleeping on her. She was the dopest.
you know why
But
people sleep on her?
why?
Because she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Don't
But
talk
the
about it like
problem
that.
is that most of the artists that are great like that, like cutting edge,
Hmm.
have that component to them. Because
Hmm.
all mental illness is just where your brain capacity start and stop.
Hmm.
Look at Kanye.
Hmm.
Kanye made like 8 different genre albums.
True. He's
That's
a genius. He's a
crazy.
genius at what he does. Come on, don't do it. Don't be like that with Kanye.
No, no, no. You have very good taste. We're usually on the same boat, but
Come on, man.
Kanye to
Don't.
me, I think if you're constantly trying to change every album, then you don't really have a genre. And that might be good to some people, but think you need to have some kind of foundation.
Mm,
That's just me.
okay.
That's just me, and that's not a knock on his ability or capability, any of that. But let's put some music notes in the chat for Prahmiss. Yes, put some music notes in there for CC, for Prahmiss, for the gift.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
We're gonna have to have her back on when her album come out, her album and her book comes
Definitely.
out. She should be doing a book with El Poeta Gozan, but she's selfish and won't give us little people a chance. Because I do this.
Yes, you
Next
do.
book's
We're gonna
coming out
do it.
too. Did you know that?
The Valentines.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm doing mine too. Also, love letters.
Without you feels like a heart attack. Just so you know.
Oh man. Okay.
It's a chapbook though. It's
Definitely.
only going to be about 35, 40 poems.
Okay. Cool. Joker does the
Um,
coolest fucking people.
listen,
He does, right?
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that too.
Prahmiss is one of the most gifted people I know. So I am lucky to know her and to have been able to work and create. Like, we had times when we've gone and she's been rapping, we just been jamming, and it's Clarence is like that too. Just like a savant with stuff.
Yep.
Did you see his show, his episode?
No, I haven't
We
seen it.
freestyled at the end. We freestyled.
Get out of here. Oh, man.
I got to send it to you.
Okay.
Remind me when we're done.
Gotcha.
So, as we wrap up, what else? What else? This has been a very deep journey, and I think we're gonna have to bring you back on to talk about the other stuff we didn't get to.
Oh yeah, it's a whole lot of shit we didn't get to, man.
What was I gonna say? If you could write a book about your life up to this point,
okay,
what would you call it, and what would the first chapter be called?
What would I call it? I would call it Pretty Beast. I think I've never got that out of my system. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Pretty Beast, it means so much to me.
How do you give birth to it?
I know. Let's see, the first chapter. I think I would call it the damn, man. I don't know. Shit. Got me thinking. Is there a way for me to please follow me at Prahmiss. Instagram, if you have an Instagram page, follow me, Prahmiss.
Yeah.
And I'll keep you guys updated with that. But that's a tough one.
I know. I want you to think about that. Here's another question. Who would write the foreword or prologue?
You. Yes. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Now you're going to give me a harder task. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Munoz, for putting up the ad. You can leave it up there for a few minutes. Let the people see. Yup.
Barry, 2 minutes. You can hold on.
Last question. Mm-hmm. If you could be any superhero or supervillain, who would you be and why?
Ooh. Any superhero or supervillain. Damn, man. You asked me questions I never even thought about. Shit.
Shut up.
What do you say? I didn't see that. Spit a 16 about Green Eggs in here right now. Damn. Can't be Superman.
It could be whoever you want. And it could be a superhero or a supervillain. Or it could be both. We don't discriminate.
You know what, Achilles? I don't want to just make up one. Nothing comes to mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Good, we got to give him a 16 then. We got to give him some bars. We got to give him some. Huh?
Where did that come from? From
Ray's question.
I'm a super dope. Gonna check out a new set. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. I can give you a little something. But,
yeah.
You know, nothing where
ready
my veins
for war.
Where my veins gonna pop out on my neck.
That's okay.
Let's see. They tell me I'm living a sin, flipping through scriptures at the beginning, so lost and afraid that God despising this life I'm living, I pray. There's been so many situations I've been in. How can people judge me if this is the hand I was given? I'm a rebel in my own world. Forgive me for sinning, but how can I blame myself if I'm the victim? And this world is too damn caught up in religion. Everybody running their mouths. Nobody wants to listen. I'm so sick of these hypocritical born-again Christians bitching about who's going to hell. Do I want to live or die? Sometimes I can't tell. My life is fucked up like I'm locked in jail. Fake friends and family hoping I fail. But see, it's all good because I'm going to follow my own trail. I don't give a fuck what people say about my life, no doubt. I'm going to keep my head to the sky. That one was written like 20 years ago.
I know.
And
I remember it. When you started, I
always
remembered
go back to that one because it's just powerful to me. That's kind of like my bridge to like where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like I took all of those emotions, and of course I wouldn't spit it like that. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. You know, I can really, you know, spit hard, but I ain't feel like doing all that. But yeah, so I took all those emotions and actually worked on myself until I got to where I am now. You know, thank you, appreciate it. But that's just a little something. That's old.
Well, you know,
I'm excited to like.
Listen, I'm gonna tell everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, French. I'm gonna tell everybody what I tell you all the time. It is not a matter of talent with you. It's a matter of you taking that talent and putting it out there for people to see. And I've told you that how many times?
I've been telling you that for years.
Forever. When and I don't say to recognize another artist.
Thank you, French.
Is you know, dope is one thing, but then when you see somebody who's just got a gift, like I said, people don't know because Clarence has a gift. You have a gift. You know, and to be on that level, that's right. Let her know, Matt. To get on that level, it's hard because you just did 16 off the top of your head. Maybe it was like 11 and a half, but whatever. Nobody counts. So I'm gonna do something a little different today.
Okay.
A poem I did called "Break Me Into Pieces" because I feel like for some reason it would resonate with you.
Okay.
All right. Of course, Mr. Nails. She's been humble. I'm trying to get her to talk her shit, but you know, she always fighting me.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Here we go. Break Me Into Pieces. When is this? This is old. This is from Still Scarred. Available at elpoetogarcon.com. Grab me by the heart and bust me up. I'm sad and lonely because you walked away. Crying disjointed tears over your empty pillow. Staring at your empty spot in the driveway. Rocking back and forth like I just escaped a mental hospital. A boy interrupted in a bevy of ways. Empty pot and pans that you used to cook with. Empty kitchen table because we only ate together on Thanksgiving. Break me into pieces, scatter them everywhere. Hide them under everything because I'm so gone over you like Monica sang. My mama's gone. My other mama's really sick. The light of the highest queens are starting to dim. They are ready to retire to be with God. Break me into pieces because you left as well. Holding a center console in a car where our hands used to rest together. But that's gone now, and I'm left holding the pieces of a broken me, a broken man. I knew you liked that.
Of course. I like everything you do, man.
Listen, relax. Okay, this is your show. But it is always a pleasure to talk to you, my darling,
likewise,
amazing friend. You are a gift and a promise, and I tell you that all the time. I changed the gift and the curse. People see what I did. She's a gift and a promise. And the promise is, in my interpretation of it, greatness. And the bar that you think the bar that you have, no people have, you've already been great. You've been great. Think of all the stuff you've been through already. You know? Do you remember, I'm not going to say the whole name, Tina from Madonna Heights?
Tell me your story. I don't.
She had a lot of stuff going on. Mom and dad, both dead. So when I used to hear her story and Bernie's story and Cha-Cha's story and Stephanie, these are all people that, you know, all of them people that resonate with you because I see people that follow me follow you. And I always say that the respect they gave you was always well earned because aside from the art, and we've been talking a lot about the art, but you as a human, and I heard you say it to Matt, but you are a great human as well.
Aw, thank you, man.
So I'm gonna say to you, they can't have your seat. Your throne was built for you. Just own it. Boom.
Boom.
Joker out.